Hey guys, and welcome to our video on professional communication. This is going to be a quick video on the best ways to email your teachers. So in this video, we're going to go over why it's important to have proper email etiquette, how to write a good email to a teacher, some examples of good and bad student emails sent to teachers, and every email you'll see in this video is going to be an actual email that a student has sent to me over my teaching career. So get ready. Remember that teachers are not your friends. So don't message us like we're your friends. We're your mentors, your role models, your educators, your leaders, your coaches, but we're not your buddies. So you can't text us or GChat us or email us in the same way you would your best friend. And remember that even though we may seem cool, some of us may look pretty cool, we're not as cool as we seem. So it's important to use professionalism in all steps of education, and email is one of those ways that you'll communicate with your teachers quite frequently while in high school and beyond. So you want to practice good email etiquette, especially when you're in high school, but starting out as a freshman as well. Some teachers may feel it's appropriate or inappropriate to have you send them GChats, and that's going to vary teacher by teacher. So this video really won't cover GChats at all. Your teacher may even have a no GChat policy in class. So it's up to the teacher. Others may welcome them. So the good news is you can still follow these general email guidelines for GChat as well. GChat's a little bit simpler. There's no subject line involved, but keep in mind that GChat can be inappropriate or appropriate depending on the circumstance. So just make sure you ask your teacher about that one. So why do we even care about email etiquette? This is a professional environment. So not only are you going to act professionally in the classroom, you're not going to say the same things you would say in front of your friends, in front of your teacher. Same thing goes for email as well. It's also good practice for all the other parts in life where you're going to have to write professionally. It's good practice for applying to college or in communicating with professors in college, or maybe even applying for jobs or communicating in the workplace. And teachers also need to be able to understand what you need from them and what questions you're asking. If we can't understand that, we cannot reply to you. So teachers receive a lot of emails a day, and it's really important that you are clear and succinct so that they're able to respond. Some teachers may not even answer your emails if it is written poorly. So please make sure that you follow these guidelines in order to get the best communication possible with your teachers. And as always, if you can ask the question in person or contact your teacher about the situation you are concerned about in person is always a good thing to try first. Now, email is definitely useful in a lot of different scenarios, and we'll talk about some of them soon. Real quick, email essentials. A relevant subject line. Make sure your subject line correlates to what you want to say in the email. An appropriate greeting. Now with Gmail, a lot of you can see our first names. At our school, our THS, we do not go by our first names. We go by Mrs. Lassiter or Mr. Grundon or Mr. Drake or Ms. Hall. So please address your teachers as such in an email. If you're not sure if a teacher is Mrs. or Ms., you can just use the MS dot abbreviation. That is fine. And Mr. can go for most of your male faculty. Now, please use complete sentences, correct grammar, and punctuation. Sometimes we can't even understand what you're saying. Now, that just doesn't mean you have to get this email proofread by 5 different people before you send it off, but do your best to write in correct sentences, use correct grammar, correct punctuation, put a question mark at the end of questions, capitalize the I's when you're talking about yourself, and make sure if you have little red lines underneath any of the words you're using, take the time to spell check those. All it takes is the right click of a mouse. Make sure your email is understandable, so get to your point quickly, and you do not need to ramble for pages and pages. You can say what you need to say in one line, and that's it. And then make sure you have a sign-off, like sincerely, or thanks, or see you tomorrow. And remember, some teachers will not answer unprofessional, unnecessary, or incomprehensible emails. Some teachers, if they have their homework page linked in an obvious location, and you email them about the homework, but it's already up on the website, they won't reply to you because they know the homework is easy to find, and you are wasting their time. So please make sure that you look for information on your own before you email the teacher. And again, remember, if you're not sure how to word something in an email, just ask in person. That's fine too. Okay, so we're going to go through some examples of student emails. I want you to try to pick out the good and the bad elements of the following student emails. Here's one from quite a while ago. So something we do at our school is the food truck rodeos. And this student was asking about how much money they should bring for the food truck rodeos, which is a normal question to ask. But they didn't include a subject line. They didn't write hello Miss Reed or dear Miss Reed. I was Miss Reed at the time, not Miss Lassiter. And they didn't include any question mark here, even though it's a question, no sign off. So what I try to do sometimes is when a student emails me kind of in an inappropriate fashion, I'll try to write back very formally, modeling the right way to write an email. I won't always do this, but this is an example of where I wrote back. I wrote the student's name, I wrote incomplete sentences, I used correct grammar, and I used a sign off. Okay, this one has a subject line, makeup work days. Total run-on sentence though. Miss Reed, will you post those grades up for all the grades that we have gotten for your class these past few days? That's it. No correct grammar. I don't know where the sentence ends. I'm not even sure what this email means. This one, I have no idea what the student is talking about here. It could have been in a class activity or something. I don't know. This one just says no subject, so no subject line. Miss Reed, the website is not showing up. Again, I don't know what they're talking about. Be specific in your emails. Again, another no subject. This student did not even spell sick correctly. I don't know if that's like a cool way to spell sick, but it's not the way you spell sick. So, hello, what do we do in class today? I'm sick, sincerely. And then they wrote sincerely. That's nice. But again, this is something that you could easily find from my class on our class homework log. So again, if it's something that you can look up on your own, save yourself the time, save your teacher the time, and look it up instead of sending an inappropriate email. This is a favorite one of mine. Putting the message in the subject line. Don't do that either. So it says, I did not get the homework notes. Can I please have another copy? Thank you. What? So, not only is there bad grammar and punctuation and spelling, it's one run-on sentence and it's all in the subject line. There is nothing in the body of this email. This is nuts. Never write a teacher like this. All right. This one kind of cracks me up a little bit. This was actually from a very good student, but they wrote this really confusing email one day when I was out. There was a substitute in the class. The subject line is mass chaos, which is not very specific and incredibly exaggerates the situation. But they say, what do we write the ethical questions on? One of the issues in last night's videos or from the article we researched yesterday, thank you, there is mass confusion. Didn't even spell mass right here. So let's look. What is the subject line? Grammar, punctuation, spelling errors all around. And then I don't really know what the issue here is because I had very clear instructions left for the sub. So I wrote back to the student, in the future, please try to use proper grammar, conventions, punctuation when you communicate with the teacher. Your email is very confusing. Ask the sub. She should have an extra copy of the instructions. And the student wrote back, I'm sorry, thank you for the clarification. P.S. Yeah, my email is confusing, which made me laugh. All right, again, another no subject. What is the homework? Is it a video? So here's a better example of something where the student forgot the homework or couldn't remember what it was. So homework video is the subject line. Okay, it's better, getting there. Hi, Miss Reed. Still not perfect grammar or punctuation. My computer didn't save the link for the video we were watching in class. I think it was called Moving Matter or Living Matter or something like that. Do you still have the link? This is excellent, or not excellent, but it's getting there. It's much better. It was very clear what they needed. They had an issue with their computer. I'm happy to help. So of course I would help the student and send them the link. All right. And this one is an even better example. Key, okay, pretty specific subject line. Dear Miss Reed, you've not posted the study guide key like you promised. Could you please fix this? Straight to the point. Some people say this may sound rude. I don't think it sounds rude at all. This is very clear. Obviously, I'd said I'd post the key. I hadn't at that point, and it's a good reminder. I would reply to the student, and this is an excellent way to email a teacher appropriately. All right, this is an excellent example. I love this email. The student, very specific subject line, out sick, 11/13. Remember, teachers get a lot of emails, and sometimes they may check their email in the evening, but then you send an email late that evening after they went to bed, and then the next morning they get a ton of more emails, so it's good to be very specific where you can. Okay, dear Miss Reed, I am out sick today, 11/13. I checked on Moodle and saw that our class did the blood typing lab and that there is a video to watch for tonight. Good, this student took initiative. They're writing it in their email. That's awesome. I have watched the video and taken notes, and I would like to make up the lab tomorrow during lunch, if at all possible. They're very polite. That's an extra added bonus. Please let me know if there's anything else I miss. They signed off their name here. Wow, what an incredible email. Now, not all of your emails have to be so incredibly proper, but this is a really good model to strive for. This is what I'm looking for. So, quick recap. Use email when necessary. Communicate in person at first if you can. Keep it professional. Be clear and to the point. We are here to help. So teachers want to help you. They want you to succeed. But making sure you write professional and clear emails to them is a really good way to get yourself off to the right start here. So remember, clear subject line. Teachers get a lot of emails every day, so be clear and to the point about what you're trying to write. Start with Dear Mr., Dear Ms., or Dear Mrs. Use proper English. Be as clear as possible and sign off and be friendly. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and let me know if there are any other things that you have questions about writing emails to teachers. All right, bye-bye.